What's up, everybody? My name is Cap, the Everyday Gamer, and this is a short team deathmatch on Cracked, and in it I'm running around with a ballistic knife and tomahawk. Got an MP5 just in case I need it, but most of the time all I'm doing is just knifing and tomahawk throwing. Very gratifying to hit somebody with a tomahawk, I do say. Anyway, the point of this video is I'm going to discuss a little in-depth further about an article I wrote. And for those that are new and don't know, occasionally I'll write articles related to gaming on gengame.net, and I'll put a link to the article in the description if you guys want to check it out or check out the website. Now, I don't get paid for doing articles there, for advertising, or for talking about it at all, so I'm not whoring it out for my own personal gain. I just do it for fun. It's kind of a way to express my writing creativity, I guess. So anyway, the point of the article was about game developers and their priorities being in the wrong place when it comes to these games lately. Now, this is not to start a flame war about which is better between Battlefield and Modern Warfare, or which game company is better, or anything like that. That is not. This is just about the developer community in general. I focused the article on first-person shooters, largely just due to the fact that they're the highest played games online. And I don't mean total number of people playing them, because I'm sure there's a huge following for like the FIFA games and things of that nature. I realize that, and especially MMOs and stuff. But I mean like per lobby. So you got a good Call of Duty game going on here. You have anywhere up to 20 people in the same lobby with you playing the exact same game at the same time, and everything has to be working perfectly fluidly for it to function properly, versus a sports game where you might have 4 to 6 people, or racing games you might have 6 to 10. So that's why I focused it on first-person shooters basically. So with all the massive amounts of information being shown about Modern Warfare 3 and Battlefield 3 and all the new engines and all the stuff that they're touting, too much emphasis is being put in the wrong parts. Developers these days seem to be focusing too much time on graphics and sound and textures and interactive environments and try to make it feel real. The problem is that the games themselves haven't actually improved in functionality. I mean, if you go back and play Call of Duty 4 and then put in Black Ops or whatever, you're still going to see anywhere between a 4-year span. You're going to be seeing times when your bullets just do not work. You shoot at somebody, you hit them, your crosshair's right on them, but the bullets did not register. It's all connection-based issues. But all the trailers, the screenshots, the leaked information, etc., it's doing nothing besides showing how they're able to add a few more polygons than the last one to make this tree look a little bit more realistic. Or, oh my god, the ground, the dirt is just epically amazing and textured. And, honestly, I don't care. They tout about tweaking the sound to make it more realistic, and these epic trailers that give it this summer blockbuster feel. And it's all about the single player portion of the game. And they have this overly dramatic music just to tout how epic this game is going to be. But that's not the single player campaign's not what sells millions and millions of copies of this game. It's multiplayer. I personally could care less if the entire game was drawn with pencils and colored in with crayons, as long as it meant when I came upon somebody and fired my gun that it actually hit them. Or if I knifed them, I didn't knife lunge from 200 feet away, or dash right through them, or completely miss entirely, or whatever. Game companies have no control of the internet, I know that. And if you're playing with somebody on a Walmart connection, you're going to be missing a lot. I know they can't do anything about people's internet connection, I realize that, but what they can do is get rid of that lag compensation system they built into it. I'm sorry, but I was raised in a time when everybody wasn't created equal. Nowadays kids get trophies for playing the game. Doesn't matter if they win or not. Everybody's a winner. Everybody gets a trophy. Well, it's not that way. It doesn't really help with competition. Guys like me that have put a lot of money and time into making sure my internet connection is just, working perfectly, and I have this beautiful, clean internet connection that's pristine. My ping from, where I live in Dallas to Seattle, which is 1,600 miles, and it was only like 58 milliseconds on any given day. And that's an instant 4-bar connection regardless. If I'm playing with anybody in the States, I should have never less than a 4-bar connection going by my stats alone. But, if the host of the room happens to be playing on his AOL dial-up connection, doesn't really matter. So what they need to do is get rid of that lag compensation. So I'm sorry, but if you can't afford a super fast broadband internet connection or whatever, then you shouldn't get an advantage over me because I can. At one point in gaming, if you were host, you had the advantage, but lately in the Call of Duty games, it doesn't seem that way. If you're host, it seems to be a disadvantage. And with my connection, I'm host most of the time, and what I see is definitely not an advantage on my part. I know dedicated servers won't completely solve the problem, but they would definitely help out. If a dedicated servers were implemented properly and with a nice data center style internet connection, we wouldn't have these hacked lobbies and glitched and modded lobbies. We wouldn't have host migration issues and people dashboarding. The parts of the game that actually get frustrating the most would go away because people wouldn't have to deal with any of that crap again. It won't solve the problem, all the problems, but it would definitely go a long ways towards helping them. Every game they modify an existing engine instead of using a new one, and that could be an entirely different conversation, but I'll just leave that where it's at. So anyway, there's just a lot of things that need to be done differently to make sure that games are working, and it doesn't seem to me like the right priorities are being put in the right spots. And I don't know, that's just kind of my thought process I've had lately. I keep seeing so much information about how pretty the game is and how great it sounds, and I just want to know is, when I shoot my gun, is it actually going to hit who I'm aiming at? And seeing somebody's wireframe bounce out of their body should never happen. So anyway, I'll stop talking now. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. A nice little double tomahawk there at the end for the win. So let me know what you guys think. Go check out the website and the article and stuff. And I appreciate you guys' time, and I'll talk to you later.